Hello and welcome back to Old Comic Book Day. I'm your man Mud. Mud is my middle name. My first name is Kerr and my last name is Jun, and I am an old guy. I like old comics and I do not like the new stuff. Here is my very fancy, super high glossy produced title card for my channel, and yeah, it's just fantastic. Good graphics, good. It's actually Comics Sans script. But yeah, we'll work on that. We'll figure something out. Okay, so what I'm doing is unboxing videos, and I have three short boxes of independent comic books. And when I say independent, I mean not Marvel, not DC. So we're talking Dark Horse, we're talking Image, America's Best Comics, and I'm blanking on whatever else I have. Okay, other little imprints and stuff like that. So I did not collect many. I did not veer outside of Marvel or DC hardly much, unless it was really good. So I'm going to try and stick to about 20 minutes. Hopefully I can get all of Dark Horse. I don't have too much. I have three main things of Dark Horse to show you, and that's about it. So I will get into it. Here we go. Let me remove the fancy title card and show you the first comic. So this is a great piece of advertising because it gave Dark Horse $16 to $20 that I wouldn't otherwise have given them. So in Advance Comics, which I think was free, maybe free when you went to the comic book store, if I recall. Obviously the promo book for comics coming out, or maybe my shop owner gave it to me. I don't know. But this source book is a source book, not for sale, available only with this issue of Advance Comics. The guide to the upcoming superhero explosion from Dark Horse Comics, Comics' Greatest World. All right, in the 91, 92, 93 era, this is when Image split off, and this is a bunch of companies were coming out with their comic book universes, superhero universes, at the same time. Image was doing it, through Malibu, and I think Malibu then later made their Ultraverse, I think, and some of that stuff was really good. Yeah, and I have some of that in these boxes, but Dark Horse's attempt at jumping in the fray was something they called Comics' Greatest World. And their kickoff event was pretty good, and they were trying to do this slow growth kind of thing, but they had a kickoff event which was super clever, super great. They were putting out 16 $1 comics that were, I guess, 16 pages too. I mean, they were short. I think they had no advertisements in them, and they were based off of four different worlds, and there was week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and over the course of I think a summer, like a 12 to 16 week summer, time frame, May, June, July, August, something like that. Each of these Comics Greatest Worlds comics came out one per week. Some more famous than others, and some had longer runs than others, but I thought it was really cool. And the source book describing them as all $1 each, I thought, what a fun way, what a jumping on point. I had the extra money for a buck a week to buy one of these comics and give it a shot and look at it. I kind of knew I wasn't going to stick with it. I did a little tiny bit, but I was just very impressed at the concept, and I'm gonna show you the first one. So let's talk about it. Obviously, in the Comics Greatest World didn't continue. Ghost had long runs, but all right. So this is Dark Horse Comics presents, or not just Dark Horse Comics, anthology series. The classic 32 pages, 8 pages for each of the stories. This is a RoboCop, and I have no idea who, and this is X. So X, I want to say that his debut was before Comics Greatest World came out, but they put him in there, and it was, I want to say, 4 comics. It was like Dark Horse Comics 8, 9, and 10, and 11. I do not have 2 of them. I do not have 8. I do not have 11, but he debuted before Comics Greatest World debuted in this thing. So I found these. I bought these. They might have been the only ones that were available on my at my comic store, and just I couldn't make much of the story because I didn't have the beginning and I only had the middle two. But anyway, so someday maybe I'll get them. But here it is. This is what kicked it off. This is Comics Greatest World #1. This is the symbol for the world. I don't remember what it was. Maybe this was Arcadia. One of them was Arcadia, and the other one was like a superhero town, and the other was like a docks, Gotham City type of thing or whatever. But this one, this Justice kind of grouping of comics, this X character, obviously they're stabbed at the main tough guy vigilante Batman-esque crime noir kind of thing, and cover by Frank Miller, really really well drawn, good cover by Frank Miller. I do not. I just remember it being good. I enjoyed the comic. I remember being invested in this X guy, and wanted to see more. Even though he was clearly just your generic knockoff whatever. But I thought he was good. Oh, the other interesting thing about this that was fantastic. It was beautiful. In the front page, this world building that they were doing. They started off with this kind of like overarching alien kind of landing on the planet, UFO being captured by the 1940s army base type thing. So that every comic had a one-page, the very first page was a one-page intro to the Comics Greatest World, and it continued through all, so 16 pages through each, one page per each of these comics. And it was very, very good. I'm trying to remember who drew it. Was it David Mazzucchelli? It's killing me, and I apologize. Maybe Lee Weeks. But I want to say it was the guy. I want to say it was David Mazzucchelli. Because I remember him from Born Again, and I'm like, yeah, man, that guy's a great artist. And I didn't really have anything else that I owned by him other than Born Again. So I think it was David Mazzucchelli. And I had the Batman Year One trade, but other than that, I think that was, and whoever the writer was also good. So just cool. If you ever get a chance to get all of these 16, get them. They're fun. You can find them in half-price books. I mean, but anyway, in bins or whatever. But it was just a fun thing. It was a fun thing to read. For just $16, get this full little intro to this world that didn't make it, but it was fun. Okay, here's another team, some vigilante team called Pit Bulls. Not very memorable. What I will say is that every one of these was well produced, and they were all middling to good, and some were very good. So if you enjoyed the cover and the type of story or idea it was, you would have enjoyed the comic. They were all for what they were. They were all good. And then some great. This was, I mean, look at this. That's a Dave Dorman cover. I mean, I think he was doing a lot of Image, probably Indiana Jones type stuff or whatever. But Bob McLeod. Yeah, I always like to say McLeod as a 11, 12-year-old kid trying to know how to say his name. I was 17, 18 at the time this came out. But yeah, they had great covers for these. A lot of good top industry talent working on these. Look at that beautiful cover. Look at that great costume design. Look at that. And then later as Ghost continued, I never bought any, but she had her run was in the 50s. Okay, so and many so Dark Horse kept putting out Ghost comics, and she was a great character. I flipped through them at the stores, and always nice with the cleavage and the good stuff and whatever. I'm sure I missed a lot of awesome stuff in there. Okay, so and then again, I don't know if this was this thing. I want to say this was called Arcadia. Was the world that this was from, or the subset? Kind of like a Marvel Knights, or kind of like the little universe. The X titles, the Spider titles, whatever. So they were going for something here. And what I liked about it, Arcadia is a very common generic name, but it's the town I was born in, basically. Well, I was born in San Gabriel, California, but Arcadia was the home I lived in for the first 2 years of my life, Arcadia, California. By week 4, you already have a crossover. Here's this character called Monster, and obviously some sort of Hulk knockoff, if you will. But here's X appearing in that, and again, very good. All right, so here's Rebel. Nope, sorry, not buying it. Look at Mullet Man and long hair. What do they say? Serious up front, party in the back. I'm like, ugh. Horrible design. I instantly didn't care for it. I mean, I read it. It was probably quality inside or whatever, but yeah, even then I didn't like this in the early 90s. Mecha. I'm just trying to see if Jerry Ordway. Okay, yeah. See, top talent on the covers. Who is that one? I'm just forgetting to look on some of these. I don't know. Sorry, famous person who drew that and worked hard on it. Okay, so Johnson. Okay. Anyway, this is a nice looking cover. Mecha. I don't remember much about it. All right. Titan. This is obviously their superhero. Superhero. Their Superman knockoff. Walt Simonson cover. Yeah. All right. Catalyst Agents of Change. George Perez cover. I remember liking this one. So Titan's in the team, Rebel, Billy Ray Cyrus is in the team, Joe Dirt, whatever. And then I think this gal was the leader, and they had a headquarters, Titan's Tower type of thing, whatever. It was good. I mean, I was like, oh, that's exciting. That's fun. Hey, a team. Yeah, I don't know. Just you get caught up in this stuff. You love the superhero stuff. All right, Barbed Wire. Hey, there she is. Pam Anderson, yeah. So this was made into a movie back when they were trying to greenlight some of that stuff too. Even though because this is a non-CGI thing, they didn't have to put much budget into it. And what was she? She was pregnant when she was filming this, and she's supposed to be this tough gal, and she was a couple months pregnant, and yeah, whatever. I rented it. I don't remember if she shows her breasts or not in there, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, like every kid, you like your tough biker chick with the submachine gun type of deal. I can't see a cover artist name on. I'm not looking that hard. So if you hid your name in there somewhere, buddy, who cares about you? But yeah, it was fun. It was good. She's like a biker detective chick or something, a kick-ass vigilante, whatever. Yeah, it was fun. It was obviously good enough of a concept to be made into a movie, a crappy movie, but still fun. I don't know, kind of fun. The Machine. Look at that, Mike Mignola. I mean, if you aren't just captivated by anything that Mike Mignola draws, I mean, his covers on virtually everything are just top level. Just fantastic. All right. Don't remember much about it. It was probably pretty good. And yeah, so yeah, but we'll talk more Mike Mignola a little bit at the end of this video. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it right now. I'm probably gonna wind up going longer than 20 minutes, so I don't care. No, I got 0 viewers, and I'm not worried about building my channel. I don't I don't care what happens. I'm doing this for fun. All right, so Wolfgang. No, and again, this was one of those. It's like, nope, sorry, not buying it. I mean, I buying the concept, that is, or I don't do dreads. I don't do urban gang as superheroes and anti-heroes. No, look at the character design on these two look okay. These three, nah. And I don't know. I can't even see it. I can't see an artist. Yeah, so whatever. I don't know whoever that is. I again, quality inside, but not whatever it was not to my liking. Motorhead. Again, this is just like too much, like Wolverine, Lobo, whatever the hell Image was putting out. It's just like, oh, let's make some muscly badass dude. You're not gonna mess with him. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with buying a regular title if it ever comes out. Whatever. again, probably quality inside. All I remember was everything in this was fun. It was for $1 for 16 pages of a company. Dark Horse was really putting their best effort into this. And after these kickoff titles, they were going to slow build it, and they were only going to put out like one or two titles, kind of like Fantastic Four, and then let that take off. So the one that was the first was called Out of the Vortex. Anyway, so they tried. They were really thoughtful on how they put this together and what they were trying to do, and hopefully, they at the time Dark Horse was the number one. They were the licensed titles publisher. They made I think Indiana Jones at the time, but they made Terminator. Well, no, whatever. If it was a movie, they made it. They made Predator. They made Alien. They probably made Terminator. They certainly did Indiana Jones. Whatever. They were the publishing house for that. They knew what they were doing. I think they were out of Portland, Oregon, or something like that. They knew what they were doing. The president of the company was a sharp guy. I don't remember his name, but I just, when you read about him in the trades or whatever, it's like, yeah, good stuff. The source book explained it. The trades that I was reading was explaining it. They tried hard, and again, I enjoyed every dollar I spent on this thing, which was $1 a week for a wonderful summer. I looked forward every week to reading these. I looked very much forward to seeing the concepts they were putting out there. Even when they were derivative or knockoffs, they were still great, and this was unique. This was their sort of sci-fi, sci-fi genre type of thing. And I remember this being very, very cerebral and clever and neat and great. I just remembered liking it a lot. And I think that this one might have had a bigger tie-in to the overarching tale of the UFO and the one-page beginning of every one of these of comics. And anyway, good. Okay, Hero Zero, I think, is their Shazam thing, probably. Yeah, I think this is a kid who I don't know, says this magic word, and then a suit of armor comes over him, and I don't know if this is a bad guy he's fighting or if that's his friend dragon, but I just remember this being the fun one, the kid one, the power pack, the little kid who gets powers, I think, if I'm not mistaken, so he gets his Japanese robot suit or something like that. I don't know. I just think I remember that one being a lot of fun. All right, and then King Tiger, here he is, Shang-Chi, Lone Wolf and Cub. Oh, actually, I forgot to look at the title, cover artist for the last couple, if I could find any. So Motorhead, nah, just some random, Giordano image style kind of guy. Forget that. Let me see. So Division 13, no, just nobody I recognize or nothing I recognize. And I liked this cover, the Hero Zero one. It was nice and bright and whatever, and it has a little bit of a Bob Layton, John Byrne, Ron Lim kind of feel. I just can't make out a cover artist there. All right, and King Tiger, I hated this cover. I was like, ugly. I mean, he looks ugly. The alien, sorry, whoever you are who drew this, don't like it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the symbols of the worlds. So like Steel Harbor, maybe. I don't know. Maybe the Catalyst Titan stuff was Arcadia. I don't remember. And then this is the Vortex kind of weird grouping, whatever. Okay, so here it is. It culminates. The last one is Out of the Vortex, and sort of like a Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, alien kind of thing. He's tied into the, interdimensional. He's tied into that spaceship thing or whatever too. And then they made this out of a comic book. And this is the beginning of, this is the first ongoing. I don't know what other ones they started releasing. Probably Barbed Wire, probably Ghost, probably X, certainly X. I just don't remember. And then they probably didn't. Maybe some of the other ones didn't get first issues ever. I don't know. I think this went to the early teens, like maybe number 13 or something. And I only have number 1 and 2. I remember them being pretty good, but I stopped collecting comics right around here. I mean, I probably wasn't, if I did continue, well, I think I did a little after this, but I wasn't going to keep going. I wasn't going to give them, $2 a month. I mean, it was nice. It was a fun little preview ride of 16 weeks, but was not going to keep going with this comic. All right. I'm trying. Yeah. Nah, I think I'm gonna stop there. That's it. That's 20 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and do another one. That is the following video is gonna be Dark Horse, John Byrne's Next Men and his 2112, and then Star Wars Dark Empire. I just will have too much to say to get. There's no need for me to go 30 minutes into this video, and keep going. So. I'm going to stop there, and that way I have more content to put out, piecemeal, day by day or whatever. And anyway, had fun. Yeah, this Comics Greatest World was a fun thing. Enjoyed it. So, yeah, maybe you did too in your collection. And if you were one of the lucky ones who kept going on with Ghost and all that stuff, I'm sure you enjoyed those comics. They look pretty darn good. All right. Thank you for watching.